Welcome to Glen Oaks Village. My name is Joseph Concannon. I'm a candidate for New York City Council in District 23 here in Eastern Queens. Thank you all for coming out today. The issue of concern here is that the residents of this area in Glen Oaks Village have been without gas for cooking and for drying clothing for 40 days and 40 nights. This is something that should never happen anywhere in the city. It is by far an example of our crumbling infrastructure here in the city of New York, because this is not the only location where this is happening. This dates back to 11/3/16, early in November, and it's still ongoing today as we speak. From what we have, from the information that we have, and we want you all to get this out into the public, on November 3rd, one of the residents here called about a gas leak. And after that, Con Ed came in at nighttime hours, and they tried to shut off the gas in the area and broke the valve. From there, they had to dig up the street and turn off the gas in the street. Since then, it has been a cluster of paperwork shuffling and finger pointing from one perspective to the other. I would have said, certainly to the public utility, bring in a reserve tank and bring in the safety personnel, so this could have been corrected within a couple of days. I feel strongly that if Consolidated Edison wanted this problem fixed, they could have brought in an entire new gas pipeline to every single unit in this area for the time that it's taken them and the agony that these people have gone through. I want to give you a couple of examples of what's going on in the area here so you have some perspective. There's a lady in the corner over there. She's 5 months pregnant, and she's getting sick to her stomach because she feels as though her child is not receiving the normal nourishment that she would put food on the table as a regular basis. Why? Because she's got to go out for fast food and for other kinds of food, because it takes time to do all of this in her regular schedule. She also works and commutes from here to Manhattan. There's a lady directly across from me in the courtyard in the upper apartment. She keeps burning out the circuit breaker in her unit. Why? Because she had to buy all new electrical appliances and plug them in. She's feeding 2 children and her husband and her mom. All right? So she's got to put out a lot of food, and she can't have all these devices on at the same time. There's a lot of that going on here. The apartment directly behind me, to my left, there is a lady there, and God bless her soul, all right? She's got a child who's got some challenges, some emotional and physical challenges, and she has to not only go to work, but she has to care for this child and put food on the table for her as well. These and just an avalanche of similar things are going on in this area, and we say enough is enough. Con Ed, wake up. The city of New York, wake up. Get the gas back on here. It is not fair for the residents in this area that they've lost Thanksgiving. Not a one of them were able to prepare their meals with their families here where they live and where they pay maintenance fees. And let me say, those maintenance fees have just gone up. All right, so there's no justice in what's going on here with these people. Now they're afraid they're also going to lose Christmas, and they're afraid they're also going to lose the new year as well. We're here in hopes that the city of New York will hear our cry, and they will say to themselves, hey, who is the commissioner of the Department of Buildings? Let's get them on the phone, and let's find out what's going on in Queens, and let's get these places inspected, and let's plant an inspector on this site for 24 hours, 24/7, until this project gets resolved. And let's get the safety teams from Con Edison down here with a gas tank and enough reserves so that the people can cook and that the people can dry their clothes. It's bad enough to have to go out for food every single day of the week. Some of us, when I go out to eat with my wife, we like to think of it as a special time together. We go out and it's very nice and relaxed, and Joe tries to put on a little romance with my wife and make her feel special. Right? So, for these folks, it's become kind of like a duty, in order to eat breakfast. Where are they doing? They're going out, lunch, dinner, all this is going on. And nobody has said to them, listen, you're suffering, and we're gonna try and do some sort of partial reimbursement for you. No one is saying that to them. And it's at such a time of the year where, they're trying to save up the, there's so many kids in here, the moms and dads are trying to save up for Christmas presents and things like that. This is like Scrooge has come to Glen Oaks, and nobody cares. And that's why we're here today, to put a voice to this, to tell the people of District 23 that Joe Concannon is running for City Council, and that I do deeply care. I've been down here for the last 4 or 5 nights and texting with about a half a dozen people in this one courtyard alone for the last, I guess, 3 weeks. All right, going back and forth and trying to bring some validation and confirmation to the complaints. And the people have just they're fed up, they're frustrated. They don't know who to turn to, who to talk to, who will tell them that this is going to be taken care of and that somebody cares about them. The feeling that they have right now is that nobody cares for them. Everybody's sucking them dry. The city's not saying, hey, listen, we're gonna relax some of the taxes or something going on. The Department of Building's not saying anything. Consolidated Edison certainly isn't saying anything to them. And I would like to see the cooperative say something to them as well. All right, because they are paying a maintenance fee. And right now, they're having to go out of the house. One of the latest things I've learned from a number of people, and this is absolutely disgusting. We saw this during the gas crisis here in the city, where people tried to jack up the price of gas because there was great demand for it. Well, there's a local laundry in the area, and what did he do? All right, because all of a sudden he's getting this influx of people who have to get their clothes dried. They jacked up the prices. And that's just not fair. Not during this time of the year. We say 40 days and 40 nights, no gas in sight for the residents of Glen Oaks Village, certainly in this area here. And we're hoping that each of you will magnify our voice and let those city officials know. Leave here today and knock on Credential's door, knock on Avella's door, knock on Weapons' door. All right, find out where are they. Why aren't they fighting for the people in this neighborhood? How come they aren't pounding the phones and the doors of Consolidated Edison, the Department of Buildings, and the mayor of the city of New York? Where is he? Thank you.